Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and I have got a huge DVD and Blu-ray update here for you guys. I have not done one of these since back in the summer, and the titles have absolutely stacked up, and I've got to go ahead and do it. I've put it off doing this update because, quite frankly, I've dreaded it. I've just got so much stuff here, but I'm going to go ahead and do it and just get it over with so that I can kind of put this stuff away and then move on, because I've got just an ungodly leaning tower of stuff here. And so without further ado, I'll go ahead and dive right into it. The very first thing I want to show you guys is the Scream Factory Anchor Bay Halloween The Complete Collection 15-disc box set. I did a full unboxing and in-depth look at this entire set, at the new special features, etc., etc., in a standalone video. Definitely go check that out for a more in-depth look at this collection. All the films for the first time on Blu-ray in one complete set, along with Halloween 6, the producer's cut. I never thought I would be holding this. I never thought I would be holding a box set, an official box set, with all the films on Blu-ray, including Halloween 6, the producer's cut, and yet, here I hold it. So, yeah, go check out that video for a more in-depth look at this set. Next up, the 40th Anniversary Collector's Edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Also did a standalone video talking about this edition, the special features, etc., etc. If you're a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, this is definitely for you. Go check out that video for a more in-depth look at this awesome edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 40th Anniversary Collector's Edition. Next up, also did a standalone video for this one. Standalone unboxing video, as well as an in-depth look inside it with all the new special features, the director's cut, etc., etc. But this is the highly controversial director's cut limited edition box set for Clive Barker's Notbreed, number 2503 of 10,000. Go check out the more in-depth look inside. This entire box set with all the special features, the director's cut of the movie, which, as I said in that video, the director's cut of Notbreed versus the theatrical version, it's really two completely different movies, just kind of with the same theme, really. I was really surprised to see how much the differentiation there was between the director's cut and the theatrical version. And definitely, if you're a fan of Notbreed, you're going to want to check out that director's cut. Next up, the lone four films that I risked my life for this Black Friday at Walmart to get, or I should say, I risked my life going to Black Friday at Walmart, and all I walked away from with it, rather, is with these four titles. However, these are four pretty cool titles. First up, the Blu-ray of Godzilla, one of my favorite movies of this year. Love this movie. Triple pack, Blu-ray, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Yes. A movie that I've heard overwhelmingly good things about, that I've put off watching forever and ever and ever, and I finally picked it up on Blu-ray to motivate me to watch it, yet I still have not sat down to watch it, is Mud with Matthew McConaughey. Hear nothing but good things about this movie. Just need to sit down and just watch it. And lastly, a movie that I have seen that I really enjoyed, a great flick, Prisoners. Really enjoyed this movie. Great performances in this film. Really, really good movie. Next up, got two Blu-ray Steelbooks that I picked up from Amazon. The first is for A Christmas Story, one of my all-time favorite movies, period. Let alone holiday movies. Just one of my favorite movies, period. Love this movie. Really cool Steelbook. There's Santa on the back of it. 2-disc, lots of special features, lots of cool stuff on here. Yeah, very, very cool. And in a very cool Steelbook. Love me some Christmas Story. Very cool. And got the Blu-ray Steelbook of Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. This was on Amazon for like 10 bucks. Definitely picked it up. Lots of cool special features on here. Love the back of it there. We all go a little mad sometimes. Very, very cool. I've not had a chance to sit down and watch it yet, but I hear that it looks phenomenal. in HD, so definitely looking forward to checking that out. Love that cover there. Awesome, awesome cover. Awesome, awesome movie, awesome, awesome cover. And I hear this is an awesome, awesome edition. Next up, picked this up off of, I think it was tcmshop.com during their Black Friday sale for like $7, and I've had my eye open for this edition of A Clockwork Orange for many, many years. This is the 40th anniversary Digibook 2-disc Blu-ray edition of A Clockwork Orange. I love this movie, and it is absolutely loaded with special features. Tons of stuff on here. Plus, and I read the little book inside here, the write-up about the movie and about the controversy over the movie, and it's got it's got star bio pages and Stanley Kubrick bio pages and stuff. So very, very cool. A must if you are a fan of A Clockwork Orange, which I am. And like I said, I've kept my eye out for this for a number of years. Wanted to upgrade to this version, even though I own the Blu-ray version. I wanted to upgrade to this Digibook 40th Anniversary Edition, and could never really find it at what I thought was a reasonable price. TCM Shop had it during Black Friday for, as I said, $7. So I jumped on it. Very, very cool. Love this movie. Next up, a Blu-ray double pack, kind of Digibook as well. This one for the classic films Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. 2-disc. Looks like lots of special features on both. Nice little write-up here inside about the films. And lots of cool stuff here. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, this is the edition to have. I've heard that the transfers on these are both great as well. And a very cool Digibook version or edition of the movie. It's actually mastered in 4K. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 Blu-ray Digibook. Next up, did a full review on this movie from the good folks over at Vinegar Syndrome. This is the early 80s slasher Graduation Day. Go check out my full review of the movie as well as the Blu-ray and all the special features. Did a standalone video of that. Go check it out. But yeah, Graduation Day from the fine folks over at Vinegar Syndrome. Next up, two other Blu-rays that I picked up at Walmart on the day after Black Friday, which actually was Black Friday because Walmart starts their Black Friday on Thursday evening. So by the actual Black Friday, it's pretty much deserted. But there were still a lot of Blu-rays left, and I snatched two of them. This one for the movie Dread. Really enjoyed this movie. Thought it was really fun. Really like Carl Urban as Dread. Lena Headey is the bad girl in the movie, is the villain in the film. Really enjoyed it. A lot of fun. Yeah. Picked it up. I think it was like, I don't know, $4 or $5, something like that. Not very much. Picked this one up. I think this one was even less. This is the movie Joe with Nicolas Cage in it. I've heard really good things about this, and so, yeah, wanted to check it out. It's directed by David Gordon Green, who's done some really good movies, so definitely looking forward to checking this out. Joe with Nicolas Cage. Very cool. Next up, I've got three Scream Factory titles. I did an unpackaging or unboxing, I don't recall, of this title. This is their Collector's Edition Blu-ray release of Pumpkinhead, loaded with special features. Always really enjoyed this movie. Really fun 80s creature feature movie starring Lance Henriksen, directed by the late great Stan Winston. Yeah, really nice edition of this film. Cool special features. Really cool stuff. Yeah, very, very cool movie. Pumpkinhead, Collector's Edition Blu-ray from Scream Factory. Next up, picked this one up. I had not seen this one until I actually picked it up on Blu-ray and brought it home and watched it. I've heard a lot about it. It was one of the few Brian De Palma movies that I had not seen. Found it at a Hastings bookstore, actually, for, I think it was about $20. So I decided I'd go ahead, grab it, bring it home, watch it. And I did enjoy it. Pretty interesting movie. Phantom of the Paradise. Really interesting movie. Didn't have a chance to really sit down and watch the special features or anything like that yet on the film. Just watched the film itself. Enjoyed the movie. A really interesting movie. Really interesting sort of take on Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, he sold his soul for rock and roll. Interesting movie. If you guys have seen Phantom of the Paradise, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, let me know what you think of the special features if you've got this edition of it in the comment section below, because it's got interviews with Edward Pressman, who's the producer of the film, a new interview with Brian De Palma, making of, all kinds of cool stuff on here. Just haven't had a chance to sit down and actually watch them yet. So let me know how those are, and let me know what you think of this movie. And lastly, did a full unboxing and review of this, not the film, but of the product itself and all the special features and etc. etc. Recently, so go check out that video for a more in-depth look at this release. But this is the collector's edition of Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions. Got the director's cut on here, got the theatrical version on here, got a really nice hour-long behind-the-scenes vintage sort of making of a documentary about the film, which was really interesting, watching Clive Barker, direct the actors, direct, his assistants, and the second unit director, and this and that, and hearing interviews from all the actors in the film, and of course interviews with Clive Barker. Really interesting, kind of cool to watch, Clive Barker actually making Lord of Illusions. So yeah, pretty cool edition. I did recommend it if you're a big fan of Lord of Illusions. If you're not, then you could stick to just your DVD release, because it's the director's cut as well, apparently. Although, go check out the video, the standalone video of this. I had an interesting, a little confused about this edition versus the DVD director's cut. Go check that video out. Let me know what you guys think of that. But this is Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions, the Scream Factory Collector's Edition Blu-ray release. Moving right along, we have got, from the fine folks at Vinegar Syndrome, did a standalone review of this film and of the Blu-ray and the Blu-ray special features. But this is the holiday horror classic, Christmas Evil. Always really enjoyed this movie. Really fun movie. Lots of cool special features on here. The movie looks fantastic in HD. If you're a fan of Christmas Evil, this is the edition to pick up. Yeah, from the fine folks over at Vinegar Syndrome. Really cool edition, really cool release here of Christmas Evil. Next up, picked this up. I think I got this off of Amazon for like $5, but I know a lot of people have already picked this one up, and they've had it for a while. But this is The Legend of Billie Jean. The special Fair is Fair edition, which includes a commentary track with Helen Slater and Yardley Smith. So that should be very interesting. Haven't seen this movie in very, very, very long time. I think the last time I saw it was on VHS, probably, God knows, well over a decade ago. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. Again, fun movie, and picked it up for all of like $5. So definitely very, very cool. Next up, got this one for $5 exactly, from Big Lots, Contagion. This is a Steven Soderbergh film. Saw this movie probably a year or two ago and really enjoyed it. Thought it was a really cool, pandemic, epidemic kind of movie. Really liked it. Really well made. Great cast. Of course, Steven Soderbergh's a great director. Really interesting movie. Really good movie. You guys should definitely check it out if you haven't. Contagion. Next up, picked this up at a used bookstore, half-price books. Picked it up for I think like $3 or $4. The 25th anniversary edition of Cujo. Lots of cool special features on here. Cujo's a fun movie. I wasn't sure if I owned this before or not, so I went ahead and picked it up. And I don't believe I owned this on Blu-ray. But if I do, now I own two. But I don't think I do. So, yeah, very cool edition if you're a fan of Cujo. Lots of cool special features on the Blu-ray. Yeah, really cool stuff there. Next up, also from the fine folks over at Vinegar Syndrome, I did a standalone review of this film, as well as the Blu-ray and all the special features, etc., etc. So go check out that video. But this is for the Kung Fu Zombies, cannibalistic monks, and white slave traders. Need I say more? The movie is raw force, and it is pretty freaking awesome. Really cool movie. Early 80s, sleazy, Just, like I said, Kung Fu Zombies, Cannibal Monks, White Slave Traders, gratuitous, sleazy, fun, raw force. Check it out. Go check out my review of it. Very, very fun movie. And looks like the last Blu-ray here. Got this in the, I believe this was in the October horror block, which if you guys are not horror block subscribers, there's a link in the description below. Go check out horror block. They are very, very cool. I've been with horror block for the past 3 months. Every month you get a box of horror stuff delivered directly to your door. Actually, this t-shirt was from a horror block. Every month you get a t-shirt, you get an issue of like Fangoria magazine or Rue Morgue magazine. You get DVDs, Blu-rays, you get collectible figures. You just get all kinds of cool stuff delivered to your in a really cool box. And this is one of the Blu-rays that they sent. Again, I think it was in the October block. This is Puppet Master on Blu-ray, the Full Moon classic. I've not seen this movie in its entirety in quite a while. It's on Blu-ray. Got a few special features here on it. But yeah, how can you not love the Puppet Master films from Full Moon? And got this one with my October horror block. Alright, let's move on. Take a breath here, and let's move on to some DVDs. All of these I picked up, well, the first 3 here I picked up on the cheap from a McKay's used bookstore. This is the Director's Special Edition of the indie classic, at least in my book, Shattered Dead. Haven't seen this movie in a long time. Saw it years ago. Really liked it. Really ambitious. Really inspired. Independent film. Really enjoyed this movie. If you guys have seen Shattered Dead, please let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. I would flip it around to show you the back, but there's a naked woman on it, so don't want to do that. Yeah, interesting movie. If you guys have seen it, please let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. Next up, this one was co-written by the late Dan O'Bannon and directed by Gary Sherman. This is the limited edition Blue Underground release of Dead and Buried. This is another one I haven't seen in many, many years. Saw this on the cheap and decided to pick it up. And yeah, really cool packaging here for this release. Yeah, decided I'd pick it up, bring it home, and give it another watch because it has been quite a while. But yeah, the limited edition Dead and Buried Blue Underground DVD set. I think it's a 2-discer. Yeah, 2 discs. Found this one very, very cheap. This one is from the Roger Corman collection, To Sleep with a Vampire. And there's actually 2 movies. I think the other one is called Dance of the Damned. They're basically the exact same storyline. They're both Roger Corman movies. I don't know why. This one I think actually came out after. So this is kind of a remake of Dance of the Damned, although I think Dance of the Damned only predates this movie by maybe just a few years. Yeah, I like this movie. Also really like Dance of the Damned. They're both, you know, they're low budge, they're Roger Corman flicks, but they're well acted, they're well written. I think I do prefer Dance of the Damned over this one, but I can't find Dance of the Damned. I'm not sure. I think it's probably long out of print. Yeah, ran across this one on the cheap at a used bookstore, so I grabbed it. Yeah, To Sleep with a Vampire. Let's see, what else have we got here? We have got, from the fine folks over at Film Chest, an old school noir, digitally remastered Detour. I like these old school noir black and white flicks, and I'd actually seen this movie years ago and remember liking it on like VHS, and the fine folks over at Film Chest have digitally restored this one, and yeah, very cool little noir movie. Definitely, if you guys can get your hands on it, I say check it out. Really fun movie. Let's see what we got next. This one was in the November Horror Block my November Horror Block unboxing. It was part of the November Horror Block Tales from the Crypt Keeper Myth Conceptions. This is a DVD that contains, let's see, how many episodes? There's 8 explosive episodes of Tales from the Crypt Keeper on that DVD. So lots of cool stuff there if you're a fan of Tales from the Crypt. Cool stuff there. And again, just one of the things that you can find in a horror block. Link in the description. Go check them out. Very cool. This I picked up from a used bookstore. I wanted to watch these films over again for the Sausage Factory Kung Fu episode that we did a few weeks ago. Go check out the Sausage Factory, thesausagefactoryshow.com. Most of you guys probably know what the Sausage Factory is. If you don't, go check out thesausagefactoryshow.com. But we did an episode about Kung Fu movies, and I just happened to stumble across this like the week before, and I was really wanting to rewatch the Street Fighter movies with Sonny Chiba for that show. And this martial arts masters set contains over 14 hours of Bruce Lee movies, Sonny Chiba movies. You've got the Street Fighter, Return of Street Fighter, and Sister Street Fighter, which are really the movies that I wanted to watch, or rewatch, I should say, for that show. We've also got Shogun Assassins, Shogun Ninjas, Ninja Wars, Rage of the Masters, The Real Bruce Lee, the Man, the Myth, Fist of Fury, lots of stuff on here. So you'll pick this up for maybe $5. But yeah, the Sonny Chiba Street Fighter movies, you guys should definitely check those out. Those are really, really fun. The next bunch here, again, picked up at used bookstores. This is the Full Moon flick, The Dead Hate the Living. Picked this up, I think, for like $2. Saw this on VHS years and years ago and kind of thought it was pretty good for a full moon, you know, really low budget movie. And gonna sit down and check it out again. Tom Savini calls it unique. So we'll take Mr. Savini's word for it. So yeah, The Dead Hate the Living. Picked this one up for $4 from a used bookstore. This is the Crow City of Angels. I've always liked the Crow City of Angels. Most people crap on the Crow City of Angels, but I've always kind of liked it. I've always had a soft spot for it. This is the exclusive director's cut of the movie. So, yeah, I've always liked it. I can't say that about the rest of the Crow movies that came out after City of Angels. But, of course, as most of you guys know, I love The Crow with Brandon Lee, one of my all-time favorite movies. And I do like The Crow, City of Angels, as well. Also picked this up from a used bookstore, Half Price Books, as a matter of fact, for $3. A movie that I've been wanting to watch for a while. This is Night of the Hunter. I've had several people recommend this movie to me. I've heard Robert Mitchum's performance in it is really chilling and really good. So I'm definitely going to sit down and check this movie out. Roger Ebert says, compelling, frightening, and beautiful. One of the greatest of all American films. Night of the Hunter. Yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. So you can see he's got hate tattooed on his knuckles there. Yeah, heard a lot of good things about this. I've had several people recommend it to me, so saw it on the cheap, grabbed it. This next movie is, this was a File 13 movie. This is a movie, this is a late, well actually I think this was an early 90s slasher movie. I used to own this on VHS, and I would get it and watch it every now and again, just, you know, for a goof. It's not a great slasher movie, it's just kind of a fun slasher movie. It's a silly slasher movie. And it only got kind of a crappy DVD release, and it's not been released since. And every now and again I would jump on eBay or Amazon Marketplace and see if I could find it for cheap. And this was the cheapest that I'd ever found it. And I usually don't pay this much for like a used DVD, but I want to say that I paid like 15 to 20 bucks for this. But this is the DVD for Rush Week. And yeah, a very sort of an early DVD release. I could see this being one of the DVDs that was like released right at the beginning of the entire DVD trend. That's just how sort of how it looks as far as like the menus and so on and so forth. But yeah, out of print. And this is really the only way you can see it on DVD is this edition. I spent a little too much for it than I would normally do on a used DVD. But I did a review of this for my File 13 series, so go check it out. I've got a huge soft spot for this movie. I do like it a lot. Silly, early 90s slasher movie, or maybe late 80s. When did it come out? Oh gosh, 89. It came out in 89. 89. Really cliche, really silly, just a fun slasher movie. I like it a lot. All right. Ooh, about to turn stuff over here. Oh, when I did, turn stuff over. Pick this up. This is another half-price books find for $3. Orca, the killer whale. Haven't seen this movie in many, many years. Saw it for $3. Decided, what the hey, I'm going to snatch it and watch it. Yeah, it's been a while. Like I said, I do remember it being kind of enjoyable. But yeah, Orca, the killer whale. Definitely going to sit down and give it a rewatch. Yeah, cool stuff. Alright, this one, also from the fine folks over at Film Chest, a Film Chest horror classic. So bad, it's good. The Killer Shrews. This definitely looks like a future File 13 entry for all you guys who like my File 13 series of movies. It's only 69 minutes, actually. Black and white, 1959. The Killer Shrews is so bad, it's good. Being one of Stephen King's favorite horror flicks, it may be better than you think. Released in 1959 with a budget of roughly $123,000, this movie found its niche with cult horror fans of B-level movies. If you guys have seen The Killer Shrews, please let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. But yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. Looks like a larf. All right, this I picked up at Big Lots for like $5, and this is a really nice edition. This is the Warner Home Video Ultimate Collector's Edition of Bonnie and Clyde, and as you can see, it's in a big box. And it's loaded with, it's 2-disc special edition, it's a DVD, 2-disc special edition DVD. Tons of stuff in here, including a 36-page hardcover book of rare behind-the-scenes photos, a 24-page reproduction of the original 1967 press book, and lots of special features. Here's the back of it with the gang. It opens up like so, and there's just a ton of stuff inside here. I've not seen Bonnie and Clyde in quite a while. Of course, I mean, it's a great movie, a classic movie, and for $5, I mean, this is a really cool edition to have. I couldn't pass it up. So, yeah, really cool edition of Bonnie and Clyde. I'm going to be able to, yeah, I don't know if I was going to be able to get those back in there. Easier to get out than to put back in. But this is a really cool box set edition of the movie Bonnie and Clyde, the Warner Home Video Ultimate Collector's Edition. Yeah, very cool. All right, picked this up at Kmart for like $3, $5. This is American Horror Stories, one of those compilations of mostly like, you know, public domain horror movies. I picked it up for The Driller Killer, directed by Abel Ferrara. I picked it up for Drive-In Massacre, and I picked it up for Don't Answer the Phone. So I got 3 movies for roughly $3 to $5. All of them are File 13, just, you know, silly horror movies. Although The Driller Killer from Abel Ferrara is a really interesting movie. It was his first film. Of course, Abel Ferrara went on to direct movies like Bad Lieutenant, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. But yeah, Driller Killer is an interesting movie. We also have on here Don't Look in the Basement, which is pretty good, and Silent Night, Bloody Night, which I love. Most of you guys probably know, and House on Haunted Hill, which is a Vincent Price classic. So yeah, got some cool flicks on there on the cheap, and we are getting down to the very last one. I've been going for almost 30 minutes. Jeez. If you guys have stuck with me the entire time, applause to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Last but not least, pick this up. This is another one found at a used bookstore, half-price books. This is a Steelbook DVD 3-disc set of the classic Versus, an Asian horror action, just really fun, high-octane killer movie. 3-disc Steelbook, and it was like, I want to say maybe $8 at the most, but I still got the booklet inside here, although it's a little not in the best shape. But yeah, 3 discs, lots of cool stuff. Really, really like Versus. Really fun movie. Yeah, really cool flick. Loaded with special features. Tons of special features. I'm not even going to go through all of them because there are a lot on there. And yeah, really, really cool. I really jumped at this when I was surprised to see it in the used bin. Not just the used bin, but kind of like the used cheapy bin. But yeah, 3-disc Steelbook of Versus. Ultimate Versus. Beware the past, fight the present, fear the future. Alright, very, very cool edition. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me for over 30 minutes of DVD and Blu-ray madness. I promise I will not hold out as long as I did on my next DVD and Blu-ray update and force you guys to sit through 30 minutes of DVDs and Blu-rays. But again, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching. And yeah, whew, goodness, that was a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays. So until next time, you guys take it easy. Hope you all out there are having a great holiday season. And until next time, peace.